Bitcoin woke us all up to a new way to pay, and culturally, I think a much larger percentage of us have become accustomed to the idea that money no longer comes with the friction it once had. I describe Bitcoin as a digital version of gold, e-gold. Bitcoin is the most important invention in the history of the world since the internet. I love this stuff, Bitcoin, Ethereum, blockchain technology, and what the future holds. To make our world a better place, we need to build products that the corrupt cannot abuse. Bitcoin is the best example of that. Like the internet, Bitcoin will change the way people interact and do business around the world. Bitcoin is amazingly transformative because it's the first time in the entire history of the world in which anybody can now send or receive any amount of money, with anyone else, anywhere on the planet, without having to ask permission from any bank or government. Bitcoin is really a fascinating example of how human beings create value, and is not always rational. It is not a rational currency in that case. Bitcoin is a remarkable cryptographic achievement, and the ability to create something that is not duplicable in the digital world has enormous value. Bitcoin is a technological tour de force. Just as it got easier to use email, it will be easier to use Bitcoin as people invest in it and become more familiar with it. When I first heard about Bitcoin, I thought it was impossible. How can you have a purely digital currency? Can't I just copy your hard drive and have your Bitcoin? I didn't understand how that could be done, and then I looked into it and it was brilliant. Bitcoin is a very exciting development. It might lead to a world currency. I think over the next decade it will grow to become one of the most important ways to pay for things and transfer assets. Blockchain is the tech. Bitcoin is merely the first mainstream manifestation of its potential. If you like gold, there are many reasons you should like Bitcoin. Bitcoin is one of the most viral concepts I've ever encountered. Bitcoin is absolutely the Wild West of finance, and thank goodness. It represents a whole legion of adventurers and entrepreneurs, of risk-takers, inventors, and problem-solvers. It is the frontier. Huge amounts of wealth will be created and destroyed as this new landscape is mapped out. Think of Bitcoin as a bank account in the cloud, and it's completely decentralized, not the Swiss government, not the American government. It's all the participants in the network enforcing. Bitcoin actually has the balance and incentives right, and that is why it is starting to take off. Every informed person needs to know about Bitcoin because it might be one of the world's most important developments.